It is Wednesday, time for Robin Hamilton and another installment of her continuing series, Get to Know Your Vice Presidents.
Brian, Gerald Ford was the ultimate team player. As an undergraduate, he starred on the University of Michigan football team for 2 undefeated seasons, playing both offense and defense for the Wolverines. Jerry could take a hit and give a hit with the best of them. Then, as a congressman representing Michigan, he served in the House of Representatives for 13 consecutive terms, spending the last 8 years as the House Republican Minority Leader. That's when, in 1973, he was summoned by then-President Richard Nixon. Nixon's Vice President, Spiro Agnew, had just resigned his office as a requirement of his plea bargain over bribery and embezzlement charges. Nixon wanted to nominate Ford to replace Agnew. Nixon's presidency was extremely volatile, mostly due to activism against his Vietnam War policy and a growing controversy in the Washington Post over something called Watergate. Ford would not have been blamed for turning down the offer, but ever the team player, Ford accepted what he believed was his duty to serve the country. Enormously respected in Congress, Ford's nomination was approved, but he served as our 40th vice president for less than a year when Nixon resigned the presidency over the Watergate scandal, and Gerald Ford became the 38th president of the United States. Ford lost the 1976 presidential campaign, however, largely because he gave his predecessor a full pardon when many Americans were demanding Nixon pay for his crimes. But in hindsight, Gerald Ford brought stability to the office of the presidency during one of its most unstable times. He was a solid citizen and a team player. It's ironic, then, that the ultimate team player holds a very unique and solitary record in American history. He's the only man to achieve the office of both Vice President and President of the United States without having been elected to either office. Live in D.C. with your D.C. Connection, I'm Robin Hamilton. Back to you.
Wow, I did not know that. Thanks, Robin. And it's also interesting to note that President Ford survived 2 assassination attempts, the only president to survive 2 that we know of.